Greetings, fellow Demon Slayers. This is Taimanin Mari here today with another video. Before getting started, I do just want to bring up the Discord once more. For anyone interested, the link for the server will be in the description. We broke 225 people, I think, yesterday or the other day, so still steadily climbing. Anyone interested in joining should go ahead and tap that link, get into the server, shoot the breeze, talk about the game, have fun. Get tips if you need, ask questions. All players are welcome, whether they're new or have been playing since day one. So definitely check it out. It's a nice, positive community for everyone. So with that being said, the first thing I do want to get into is the supporter Katagina. Get to her. Here she is. Okay. So I guess there was a rumor going around in the community. I don't know where it started, but people were saying that Kojenka, the ultimate dodge that Asagi has, in fact does not work with her ability. So this has been disproven. I actually tested it because a user came to me about it, and the Kojenka definitely does work. For anyone who wants to see physical proof of that, that user, his name is Sharpening Rod, and they did go ahead and record it working with her. So that link will be in the video description for anyone who wants to see the example of it working. Essentially though, what you have to do is when Asagi does Kojenka, there's going to be this inverted screen effect. The screen effect actually doesn't last longer, but what will last longer is the actual debuff icon over the enemy bar for the enemy affected by Katagina. In every test I did, the Kojenka duration did jump from 4 to 6 seconds, or like 6.5 seconds, with her ability up. So Kojenka does get that increased duration, which means she could probably be very useful on Green Asagi in PvP, since Green Asagi, or Asagi in general, just likes using her Kojenka in PvP. It doesn't matter what color she is. But if you run her green with Katagina, you'll just get a couple more seconds to beat on them, and with how fast she's attacking, 2 seconds is a really long time. So I do think, and I have said this before, Katagina does definitely have situational or niche viability when in PvP. I do still think she's awful for PvE, but she's good in PvP for sure, and her ability does in fact cover all debuffs. The only things that it would not cover are states of being, so things such as getting knocked up, knocked back, or knocked down. Those don't actually have a duration or a status effect icon, so she wouldn't affect those. But everything else is free game. Effects such as enemy movement speed reduced, things such as attack down or defense down, and things such as stun or groggy, she will affect all of those as long as the enemy hit with the debuff is pre-affected with her Curse Whip ability. I do really wish this was an AoE so that you could make use of it in PvE. Unfortunately though, it's single target only, so the only way you're going to find a use for her is PvP, sadly. I did test her in PvP on Yukikaze in conjunction with Harai 10. Harai 10 with green does cause groggy, so I did get a few instances where I popped the Curse Whip and Yuki did go ahead and actually use her Harai 10 during the Katagina Curse Whip duration, and I will say the groggy that it caused lasted a very long time, to the point that Yuki was able to just kill the person during the groggy. Like, they came out with less than 10% HP left. The only issue is, while you can control when you pop Katagina in PvP, you can't necessarily control when the AI uses the debuff based ability, so it's kind of like you need the stars to align for it to work, and it seemed like it was 50-50 whether Yuki lined up with her or not, regardless of when I used Katagina. So, take it with a grain of salt. I do think, like I said, she has situational or niche viability. It does kind of rely on a combo going off. It may be easier to link it up with something like Kojenka on Asagi, since Kojenka has a naturally low cooldown and Asagi does seem to use it often in PvP. Either way though, That's Katagina. Her ability does in fact work with all debuffs, and it's good to have that rumor debunked. And again, the video for anyone who wants to see by Sharpening Rod will be in the description. The next thing I want to talk about is the GIF that leaked on the Twitter late last night. It is, of course, for Emily. I called it. Monday I said that I think we will be getting Emily next, and that is the case. Her GIF did leak. It's pretty much her just like pressing the keys on the console to her mech. So you can expect to be seeing Emily Monday. I don't know what happened with Sue or Murasaki, because Emily is the second to last character that Japan has gotten. Like how their order went was it would have been Murasaki, Sue, She Who Shall Not Be Named, and then Emily, and then now Kurenai. But for whatever reason, we're getting Emily now, so just gotta let it rock, I guess. I do feel for Murasaki fans, I am seeing a lot of disappointment as far as things go for them. What I will say is, you guys are the lucky ones because it actually affords you time to hoard gems towards Murasaki, and the same thing goes for anyone saving up for Sue. It gives you guys time to pretty much save your resources towards those characters. So that would help you to get skins for them or be able to help you to pull mileage depending on how long it actually does take. It also allows you, even if you don't want to go crazy and do 150 pulls for mileage, to just fish around in the gacha for their gear without actually having to spend real money since you are getting time to save. So I just encourage Murasaki and Sue fans to be a bit patient, because you guys are actually kind of getting the better end of the deal. You're not being pigeonholed into spending real money. But this isn't about those characters. It is about Emily at the time. I will say that Emily is a very strong character as far as PvP and PvE goes. So you have that to look forward to. It is going to be very frustrating dealing with fighting two ranged characters in PvP, because I know a lot of teams are probably going to be Emily and Yuki, which is just going to suck. It is a little disappointing too that they are really predictable. Like, I called Emily Monday just based off how they seem to show her off in the trailer for the Chapter 7 update. But the way they go about leaking the characters, it's so predictable. What would be neat, right, is if they had the Emily GIF on the Twitter like they showed, but then they put out Murasaki Monday. I feel like that would be a cool curveball for people. But they even followed the same schedule of how they released the GIF. I believe the GIF for She Who Shall Not Be Named was also released on a Thursday or a Friday as well, and then they leaked another one on the Facebook the next morning, and they did that for Emily as well. She had a GIF on her Facebook, on the Facebook early this morning, I want to say about 4 hours ago. So it just further confirms we are getting Emily. The text on the Facebook version said, where have I seen her before, or something along those lines. Well, yeah, we just saw her Monday, where she talked our ears off for 2 hours. And as far as the GIF on Twitter, if I didn't mention already, it just had the text now loading. So, expect Emily. Do your best to put as many gems away as you can if you aren't going to be buying her bundle. For people buying her bundle, that will definitely be available after maintenance on Monday, along with the new event. So with those things being said, you all know the drill. Suzune, She Who Shall Not Be Named's gacha, and Sakura's gacha are all leaving after maintenance Monday. So if you have the spare gems to do so, make sure you try to get your hands on whatever you can before these gachas leave. The Cocytus and Shikigiri will never have an uprate again when this gacha leaves, so make sure to try to get your hands on them, as in this gacha you can see that all of the weapons for She Who Shall Not Be Named do have an uprate. As far as the Sakura gacha here, everything here is limited to the Shadow Unchained gacha. So try to get your hands on this if you are interested in twinking out your Sakura, as she will not be back for the foreseeable future. Who knows when she'll be back. And as far as Suzune, she is not limited, but with how long it took them to add Hisui here to the actual pool for tickets and the premium gacha, it took roughly a month. I can just expect that we may not even see Suzune in the pool till sometime in December, if not even later. So make sure to get your hands on her again while she has an up rate here, if you can afford to do so with your crystals, as she is very good. If not, you're stuck waiting for them to add her to the pool, which will take some time. So with that being said, the link to the Twitter will be in the description for anyone who wants to see the GIF. I'm not going to link the Facebook as it is a bit redundant. They just use the same GIF twice with different text. So I'll give you guys a link to the Twitter. And again, I know it sucks having to wait for your favorite character, but Morisaki and Sue fans, you guys are really the lucky ones. I wish I had time to save for pity to pull mileage, or even to get 100 pulls worth saved towards Renko or She Who Shall Not Be Named. Even though the gacha for the second one went really horrible, it would have been nice if it was free gems as opposed to real actual money. So I would just be patient, keep farming your gems. When those characters come out, like I said, you can spoil them with costumes. If you want, you could buy all the Morisaki costumes. I know someone in particular who would really like her lab coat. I know you know who I'm talking about. Or rather, he knows, I should say. And outside of the costumes, again, you can fish in their gacha, or you may even have the time to be lucky enough to pull their mileage completely free to play, which I think is the best gift of them all. Because the mileage skins are kind of like a sign of status, or hey, look what I have. So to be able to get one for free is pretty boss. And you can just laugh at all the Renko users and the She Who Shall Not Be Named users who spent real money to get those skins. As far as Emily, again, very strong in PvP and PvE. I do not know what her mileage skin is, so I'm going to be surprised along with you guys when her gacha does come out after maintenance. So we're just going to have to wait and see. And as far as her weapons, I have no news on what they do yet. But, well, of course, we'll see. She is definitely coming. So anyone who wanted Emily, get hype. Prepare your gems, prepare your wallet, because Miss America is going to be here. With that, I will end the video. Again, link to the Discord will be in the description. Links to the Twitter will be in the description. Anyone interested in seeing the Kojenka example with Katagina by Sharpening Rod, that will be in the description. From there, I do wish you guys a great rest of your day. I wish everyone good luck in the gacha and in the arena. I hope everyone who does want Emily is super excited and hype, and I hope you guys have a better turnout than I did with She Who Shall Not Be Named, so that your excitement is justified and you don't end up stuck with a treasure gremlin like I have here. I literally can't feed her after midnight or she goes crazy. Either way, that's all I wanted to say. You guys go ahead and have a great day and take care.